Hello and welcome. This is yet another opportunity to discuss Nigeria's security architecture, particularly as it relates to the efforts of the Nigerian Police Force, the lead security agency when we talk about internal security in Nigeria, towards ensuring that lives and property are safe in this country. The facts, IGP's diary, as well as news and report will form part of the package tonight. This is Crime Busters. The station is Channels Television, Africa's most awarded broadcaster, and I am Desmond Nwachukwu. I'll take a quick break, and when I return, we'll get the program on the way. Please stay with us.
I came into the office of the Inspector General of Police with a vision to emplace a professionally competent police force. A police force that is service-driven, rule of law compliant, and of course, people-friendly. We need a police force in Nigeria that will support the agenda of government in its efforts towards economic recovery and growth, as well as social integration and political development of this country. Such a police force should be able to respond appropriately and adequately to the dynamics of crimes and criminalities in Nigeria. A police force that all members of the force will be proud of, a police force that will meet the expectations of members of the public, a police force that will be known for performance. That's the kind of police force we need in Nigeria. And I came into the office of the Inspector General of Police with a vision to have that kind of police force. And we have started achieving that.
Crime Busters. I still on Crime Busters. I must say that Crime Busters crew were in Anambra State earlier in the week on our usual fact-finding visits to commands and formations across the country. Our discoveries in Anambra State are contained in the next package.
Anambra State was synonymous with insecurity. The prevalent crime in the state include kidnapping, killings by unknown gunmen, armed robbery, murder, and threats posed by the activities of the proscribed IPOB. The unknown gunmen targets government officials, security operatives, selected citizens, and often raise police stations. In Anambra, payment of ransom does not guarantee the release of victims, as many were killed after ransom was paid. Criminals in Anambra State were so daring to the extent that, at will, they reportedly attacked convoys of their targets, which led to the killing of some security operatives, an indication that even with escorts, the rich were not spared. Many lives were also lost to the Monday sit-at-home orders of the non-state actors. Added to this security challenge were the supremacy battle among communities. In all, the security situation in Anambra State was terrifying. No one appeared to be safe.
Last 2 years, I was a victim of kidnapping. What we had last 2 years, absolutely no security.
Back in the, let me just say some few years back, you can't come to Anambra and be roaming about freely, the way we have this season.
The security situation in Anambra before is very poor. That's why some criminals will come to an office in major city and pick someone and go. It happened before, even to my office. They come to my office in a major city and pick 3 of my staff, carry them out of inside the bush and start to call for ransom. Yes, at that time, because the security situation is very poor.
Before I arrived there, there's been series of stories in a public place of how the nature of security. I don't like talking about insecurity. I talk about security. Insecurity is not a concept. Insecurity is a perception, So the concept of security before I arrived here, what I got from the public space, social media, traditional media, is that there is this militant group, known as IPOB, that are taking over Anambra, the systems of Anambra, the structures of Anambra, and the mind and people of Anambra State. Two, that there was some set of ethnic cleansing, so to say, that if you do not come from Igbo, you cannot walk freely in Anambra State. And the state was painted like, as you're walking on the street, you just be grabbed, abducted, kidnapped, suffocated, killed. It was like a state of nature. That was the information. So when I was posted there, I came in here with a flux of emotions.
The tense security situation in Anambra did not only scare the Anambra away from home, it equally crippled to a large extent the economy of the state. Ceremonies were halted. Christmas and New Year's celebrations, regarded as annual ritual by Ndibo, were avoided by Ndi Anambra for fear of falling victim.
That ages was a period where people won't come back home. It won't happen. People won't hold ceremonies and events.
After reviewing the security situation in Anambra State, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Adeoluegbetokun, PhD MPM, did a silent operational overhauling in the command. Strategically, highly operational personnel were deployed to the state, including the fearless Ikioye Orutogo, who took over the command as Commissioner of Police. The IGP, within the limited resources provided by the federal government, led by the security-conscious president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, provided the command with some basic logistics and operational assets with which the operatives went to work. Unfortunately, a number of personnel paid the supreme price for the restoration of security in Anambra State.
Well, I think that the peace that we enjoy today, it's actually as a result of the sacrifice made by our brothers and our sisters who are in the police force. I remember when this problem started, many police people paid the supreme price. Many of them were killed in this state. Police stations were burned. Their vehicles were destroyed. Then police people were not proud to put in the uniform because they were afraid. When you're going to work, people will attack you and kill you and all that. Some of them were butchered inside forest. So that sacrifice alone, I would say, may the souls of police officers and other officers lost in the process rest in peace.
Crime Busters crew visited Anambra State between January the 5th and 8th, 2026 to ascertain the current security situation in the state. Our findings revealed that security in the state has improved. The visit, coming few days after the celebration of Christmas and New Year, revealed that the festivities were celebrated without any security breaches.
We are doing the Christmas 2025. Anambra normally come home for the Christmas, maybe for this time. Our people come home every time. And this year was so good. There's no crime report I had. Everything went well. So we're happy that we enjoy the Christmas safety.
Today this is January 2026, and look at my friends. They travel all the way from. These guys live in the UK. They're brothers, two brothers. One is from Ozobolo. Travel all the way from London, where they live, but they're from Orifite. They wouldn't have dreamt of doing that. It shows now the confidence that the Anambra have, which makes them to come back home, and we say kudos.
Highlighting other achievements of the command, this was what the Commissioner of Police told Crime Busters.
The last Christmas, the last New Year, it was celebrations. Recently, we hosted the number 1 001 of Nigeria, Mr. President. And there has been congratulations. All this happened because we have an IGP that is very strategic. We have an IGP that is prepared, He identified his job. He has a strategy for his job. He has a passion and knowledge of what to do, and is following it. He has a way of placing the right object in the right hole. That's why I'm here. I do know that. And I hit my chest that when it comes to operations and combat activities, I have an idea of what to do. All I need is just equipment, facilities, understanding, and support, which I beg every day from Mbe Anambra.
While in the state, operatives of the Command's Rapid Response Squad, Okuzo, busted a child trafficking syndicate in Aguleri. One suspect, 33 years old Ifeoma Sox Anthony, was arrested, and the victims, 33 underage girls, were rescued. The Command's Public Relations Officer, SP Tochukwu Ikenga, a receiver of IGP's Commendation Award, told Crime Busters that the operation followed a distress call received through the Command's control room number. He assured that efforts are ongoing to arrest the principal suspect, who is currently at large. Critical stakeholders in the state were of the conviction that the leadership style of IGP Egbetokun has instilled discipline in the force, motivated the personnel, and ultimately led to the current visible results.
So the IG is a blessing to our nation. So he has if you come to Anambra State before and see what land grabbers are doing, because they have connection with the police, or their power have been carved out, all thanks to the IG. So many communal crises that used to lead to death and that, because someone is connected, you will be using police. It is no longer possible. Now, if you want to use police, not for land issues. If it's for land issues, the IG has made it clear. Even the police could be arrested. How will I talk about it? He acts as somebody who he is from the grassroots. He understands the problem of Nigerians, and he was able to nip it from the bud.
And I like what the current police IG is doing. I think he's more hands-on and also working with the new commissioner of police that he brought to Anambra is also doing very well, because now we can see him, we see what he's doing. He's always telling us what is happening through his PPRO and all that. So the police are the ones that we always know, not minding that eventually the other forces now join them. So well done to the police.
Well, this IG, the way he's working and the way he's taking things, I feel that he's an expert. I'm happy. He's one of the key people that Mr. President should that make people to be happy in this country.
Crime Busters equally discovered that the state government, led by Professor Charles Soludo, sees the Nigerian police force as an agent of the federal government, and this belief hindered to a great extent the support extended to the police in the state. However, just as we were about leaving the state, the governor handed over 33 Toyota Patrol Hilux vehicles to the police at an event where the Commissioner of Police, CP Kioye Orutogo, presented to the governor 28 newly passed out Assistant Superintendent of Police who are indigents of the state.
I'm very excited to see you join the police force and keep the country safe. Thank you very much.
At the time we left the state, Anambra was cool and calm. It is hoped that all stakeholders will work together to sustain and improve on the current security situation in the state for the good of all.
Crime Busters. Think comfort. Think community. Think legacy. Think Adrian Homes. Think flexible payment. Think Lemon Friday. Think housing. Think Vidco Housing Series. Think land. Think Adrian Homes and Properties.
Adrian Homes.
Building cities, communities, and homes.
All right, we found out that Governor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State believe very strongly that Nigerian Police Force is a federal agency and therefore should be absolutely taken care of by the federal government. Okay, before I proceed, let me commend His Excellency for those 30 Hilux Patrol vans that he just handed over to the police. Thank you, Your Excellency. But I'd like to remind the governor and indeed other governors who hold such opinion that there is no federal citizen anywhere across Nigeria. As governors, you were fundamentally elected to provide security for the people and ensure that their properties are protected. It is for that reason that they are called chief security officers in their various states. And that's the reason for which they also draw hundreds of millions in the name of security vote. And so the police are usually on ground to help you achieve that core responsibility of yours. So the least you can do as a government is to ensure that you provide reasonable degree of support for the police to help you protect the lives and property of your people. Moving on the program, I'd like us to go see IGP's diary this week.
My name is Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun. I am the 22nd Indigenous Inspector General of Police, Federal Republic of Nigeria. I encourage you to keep watching Crime Busters.
Crime Busters.
On the 7th of January 2026, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, received 9 Deputy Commissioners of Police following the successful completion of Senior Executive Course 47/2025 at the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru Jos. During the visit, the officers presented a comprehensive report of their coursework to the IGP. The first Public Relations Officer, CSP Ben Udeyin, said IGP Egbetokun in his remarks congratulated the participants and charged them to integrate the insights gained from the course into their professional duty to further enhance the efficiency of the force.
Crime Busters.
It is an open secret that IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, PhD, MPM, the 22nd Indigenous Inspector General of Police, has zero tolerance for unprofessionalism, extortion, bribery, or any form of misconduct that will bring disrepute to the force. And he had actually passed on this to the leadership of all the commands and formations. I am particularly excited that some commissioners of police have actually keyed into it. Delta State Command is one of such commands. Happenings in Delta State Command, as well as other formations and command across Nigeria, are contained in the news and report segment of the program.
Those who are serving with honor and integrity, you are sowing good seeds when you serve with honor and integrity. And you will definitely reap the fruits of what you have sown. The same thing with those people who are engaging themselves in discreditable conduct, engaging in extortion and all of that, bringing shame to the police. They are also sowing seeds, which they would surely reap the fruits at the appropriate time.
The Commissioner of Police, Delta State Command, CP Aino Adesola, has ordered the immediate redeployment of Divisional Police Officer of Jese Division, CSP Chidi Nwabuzo, over an alleged extortion of 2,500,000 naira involving him and 2 other officers of the division. The spokesman for the command, SP Bright Edafi, said the CP took the decision and ordered the ex-squad to investigate the matter after listening to the complaint. The PPRO further stated that the removal of Nwabuzo is in response to a series of complaints of extortion leveled against him from different quarters. 49-year-old Peter Adobe is currently in the custody of the Oyo State Police Command for allegedly defiling a 13-year-old minor. The command spokesman, DSP Alayande Olayinka, said the arrest followed a report made by the minor's guardian, who noticed strange and unusual behavior changes of a sexual nature in the minor. Upon questioning, she revealed that she was sexually abused in 2022. This disclosure provided the basics for immediate medical examination, which confirmed sexual abuse. The PPRO told Crime Busters that the crime scene was visited, and on the directive of the Commissioner of Police, CP Femi Aruno, the case has been transferred to the Gender Desk at the State Criminal Investigation Department for discreet and thorough investigation. The CP, while appreciating IGP Kayode Egbetokun for his exemplary leadership and guidance, assured the good people of Oyo State that justice will be diligently pursued and served in the case. The Benue State Command has neutralized a notorious bandit in Ukum, arrested 8 suspected cultists during a violent clash between rival cult groups known as Red and Black. The clash resulted in the death of 2 male persons, while other victims sustained varied degrees of injuries and were taken to nearby medical facilities for treatment. The Commissioner of Police, Benue State Command, CP Ivai Emenari, has reassured the good people of Benue State of the command's unwavering commitment to safeguarding lives and property in the state.
This program is supported by Yewa Development Council, Alhaji Dr. Musa Mohammed, National President, Ritian, Archbishop Dr. Onyekachuku Joseph Nzekwezi, CEO Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited, Alhaji Mustafa Adekunle Sego, Chairman, NURTW Lagos State Chapter, Mr. Daria Wudele, Chairman, Onkudi Oil and Gas Limited, Prince Samsidin Akbelogun, All-Rounder, National President, Akomora. For sponsorship and advert placement, call 0803 351 6723.
There is a place where peace greets you at the gate, where every day feels like a retreat into paradise. The Makpo Hall inspired gatehouse is rooted in culture and inspired by history. Yoruba ma wípé ìlera òun lòògùn ọrọ̀. Here, you can strengthen your body and refresh your soul at our modern mini stadium. The roads are smooth, the journey easy. And when it is time to dine, you will eat like royalty in a space made for celebration. This is more than an estate. It's a serene community filled with homes crafted with love and care. At West Park and Gardens, happiness isn't far away. It lives here, waiting for you.
Adron Homes.
Building cities, communities, and homes.
All right, that's the size of our package this week. So it's time for us to go. But before I say BYE, let me thank very sincerely Adron Homes and Properties, as well as all the individuals that have provided one form of support or another to us on this program. There's a big one coming from Adron Homes, and that is compensation for good conduct for police personnel across the country. We will be bringing this going forward to you every week, and the intention is just to show appreciation to those police personnel who are doing the job the way it should be done. I want to thank the IGP as well for throwing his weight behind this program, and the first public relations officer, CSP Benjamin Hundeyin, whose office supervises this production. I say thanks so much. On behalf of all of us at Crime Busters, we want to thank you for being a part of this production this week. God willing, we'll do this again in 7 days. Until then, please be on the side of the law. Remember, it pays to be law-abiding.